So today we're in South Brent in South Devon, a village which is opening its arms and its heart to Ukrainian refugees fleeing the terrible war that we're witnessing between Ukraine and Russia. And we have Alison here, who is put her hands up to be a host to a Ukrainian family. And one of the questions I want to ask Alison is, why do you want to do this?
I just felt it was the right thing to do. That's it, really.
And have you done anything like this before?
No, never done anything like this before. I think I was moved to do this when I watched a news article of a Polish family who'd taken in some refugees recently, and I just saw them and what they were doing and thought it looked like the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of preparation are you doing or have you done before your family arrives?
Well, we've prepared the house, we've rearranged the rooms, emptied all the cupboards and storage facilities, been to IKEA and bought bedding and things like that. So we prepared everything practically. And then I've also been making an information pack for our guests and labelling things in English and Ukrainian, translating everything across. And been contacting the schools and contacting other groups and other people locally so that they can have make contact with other Ukrainians, and I can make contact with other host families so that we can all share support.
Mm-hmm. Can we have a look at your information pack that
Yes,
you've prepared?
it's there. Yes.
How did you put this together?
Well, I just did a cover, and then inside I've just put details, all the information I thought they'd need.
And that's in Ukrainian and English.
And I've done English on one side and Ukrainian on the other side. And then, I've put in useful numbers, so they've got hospitals and health details. And then I've put information about the house, where the first aid kit is, and Wi-Fi, and what's in each room, and then all about the recycling and the appliances, and where everything's kept, and how everything works. And then in the garden, everything about the garden, and then the recycling, quite importantly. Mm-hmm. And then I've done a page all about the village, which I just copied from a website and then translated.
Was that a Google Translate?
Yeah, I just used Google Translate all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've done a page all about village amenities and shops and when they're open and post boxes and eating out and transport. And then I've done one about the outdoor areas in the village, and then about the surrounding area, so about Dartmoor, South Hams, and then more widely about Devon and Cornwall, so that they know what's nearby.
It's really comprehensive.
And I've done a map. And I've put some of the important, the most useful places, I've marked them on in Ukrainian as well. Mm-hmm. And then I've done a little bit about what we do as a family, so that they know our regular routines, our kind of activities we do. And then last of all, which I haven't quite finished translating, I've done details of how to use all the appliances, which I have translated, but I haven't printed off yet.
All really useful.
So yeah, hopefully it's all really useful.
So it looks like you were made for this job, Alison. It's like, the perfect host has come to light here, and they're going to feel very welcome.
I hope so. Yeah.
And what's the process been like to apply in the first place for visas and all the paperwork to get them out of the Ukraine here?
Well, extremely frustrating, because we were ready to go. We matched with them before the actual visa process opened. Mm-hmm. So we'd matched with them on the Tuesday before. We registered on the Monday when you were first allowed to register. We then started searching for people to sponsor. We matched with them on the Tuesday, and then the Friday we were able to start the visa process, to apply for the visas, which we did with them, remotely with them. And then I think it's been 25 days till the 2 came through, and then it took another 8 days. So it was 25 days in all to get all 3 visas through.
That's quite a long time, isn't it? That's nearly a month.
A long time. So the third one came through yesterday, and since then we've been busy trying to sort out travel arrangements for them.
Some of the countries have waived visa requirements, haven't they? But the UK hasn't.
No.
So that
it's
really
been difficult. It took us 4.5 hours to fill in the first form for the mother, Partly because the site kept crashing, and also because she had intermittent Wi-Fi.
Because she's in a war zone.
Because she's in a war zone, yes. Because she's evacuated. Well, she's in the countryside now, but she's in a very rural location. So it took a long time to get all that sorted.
And your family came from Borodianka,
Yes.
which I've heard in the news had alleged genocide.
Yes, yes. Well, they've heard about a lot of trauma. They escaped Borodianka on the 8th of March, and I believe the shelling started on the 3rd. So they escaped at some point. She's told me that they had no water, no electricity, no heating, and no food, so they had to leave. They had been living in the cellar for the 5 days before they evacuated.
This is the mother and two boys.
The mother and
aged
2
7
boys.
and 11.
Yes, a 7 and 11-year-old boy and a mother. So they evacuated. They left her husband there, their father there, to defend the country.
So he's not allowed to leave with them?
He's not allowed to leave, he's stayed. So she is now with her 2 boys somewhere in the countryside near the Polish border, waiting to come here. The Russians she told me that the whole town had been occupied, and she said her house, she told me as far as she knew her house was still standing, but imagined it was probably been ransacked, probably been damaged, so can't go back. And then since the Russians had retreated from Borodianka, a lot of devastation has been reported on there.
So she got out just in time, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But very discombobulating for anybody to go through that in the 21st century.
Not what you expect.
Still seeing war, and we don't really know the reason for this war. It just seemed to happen very quickly, and possibly to do with gas and oil supplies in Russia. But war, as we know, is not the answer. And the sooner the peace happens, the better.
Yes.
So this family is going to be joined by another family as well, and that's her. Is it her sister-in-law?
No, it's a friend of hers, and then the son of this friend is Yulia's godson. So they're close friends, and that mother and son are going to be living locally in the village with another host family.
Okay, so that would be a nice community starting up. Because I think quite a lot of people from the Ukraine are going to cities in the UK as opposed to the countryside, unless they've got close connections here, and otherwise it is being delayed, as we've just heard. So you're as prepared as you can possibly be.
I think so now. Yes, I think so now. And I've also been messaging her quite a bit, saying, do you know anybody else who wants to come? Because there have been quite a few people in the village who've opened up their home, who want to open up their homes to them, and would particularly like to have people who she's connected with. So her parents are applying for passports at the moment, and we have to persuade them to come. She's not certain. They're very hesitant about leaving Ukraine, but
it's a beautiful country.
Yeah, and that's not what it's so different from what they're used to here. So, but we have some people in the village who feel that they would be suitable for the parents, similar age, and have got a suitable accommodation. So we're hoping that once she's here and can tell them what it's like here, that she might be able to persuade them for them to come as well. And then possibly her sister and her sister's daughter, also very hesitant about leaving Ukraine, but she's hoping that she might be able to persuade them to join her too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I think that the village has been so incredibly welcoming, and it's been wonderful to see. And I know that they're in a good place when they come here.
Yeah, there's been so much support in the village, and we've been given lots and lots of things by other people in the village who've offered things that they don't need anymore, and in some cases offered to buy new things for them. So I got a message the other day from somebody I know who'd messaged to say she wanted to buy a car seat for the youngest boy, which she ordered and bought, and that's arrived. And then other people have offered bikes and guitars and clothes and books and toys. So there's quite a lot here for them now.
That's fantastic, Alison. Well, I wish you well with getting the final paperwork done.
Thank you.
and to meeting your family when they arrive.
Thank you. So the other thing I've done is I've made little cards for them to show her what people have given her, the gifts that people have given her. And then inside I've done a picture of the person and said a gift from, and put their name or the family's name and a photo of the family that's donated the items.
So I wanted to talk about this book very quickly, Donna and Dermot Heal. It's for young children about age 3 to 8, and it's about natural healing, so teaching them about energy healing and how we all have the power to heal with our hands, and also about aromatherapy and about massage. And it's sold quite well. As you can see, I'm the writer of this book, and I want to talk about the illustrator more than anything. His name's Jacob Artemenko, and Jacob's only 25 years old. He illustrated this book for me, and he also illustrated this other book for me, which is about anti-bullying, Donna and Dermot Stand Strong. Jacob's very, very talented, as you can see, and he's been a pleasure to work with over the last 3 years. And what I find really difficult to believe is that 1 minute he was an illustrator, and now he has been conscripted into the Ukrainian army, because Jacob is from the Ukraine, and now he's fighting against Russian forces in the south of Ukraine, defending his homeland. He's in Nikopol. I know that Jacob is alive because I'm in touch with him still, but I don't know day to day what might happen. He has told me he's very depressed and he wants the war to end, and I pray every day that the war will end and people will be able to go back home safely to their beautiful country. So I'm making this very short video really just to honour Jacob, his talent, his youth, his courage, his honesty, and all the other young men who have been conscripted into the army, who don't want to fight, who only want peace, but they've been forced to fight. Otherwise, if they don't, they've been told that they will be shot. And to think this is still happening in the 21st century is mind-boggling. And so let's choose peace.
Okay, my name is Julian. I'm doing a humanitarian aid run to Ukraine. It's being organised by Darren of Darren Cars, based just outside Callington. We go as a convoy. We're leaving. We've done 2 or 3 trips now. We're leaving on Friday morning early. We're having 13 cars or vans go this time. It takes approximately 5 days as a round trip, depending on traffic and things like that. We take it up to Warsaw, and at which point it gets distributed to local groups. We'd also like to bring back refugees on the return trips, but as of yet it's proved very difficult due to visas and things like that, and more and more difficult to sort of arrange. Once we get back, we then go through the cycle again. I think they're planning on going next month. A lot of it's done on GoFundMe, where people donate either food and we go collect it and take it and sort it, and also by donations which help pay for fuel and ferry costs. And effectively it's working really well at the moment. I can't believe how many people have donated, and it's been really, really heartwarming to see the generosity of people.